Hare Krishna, Mataji, Savitri Mataji, please accept our humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharajas. Thank you so much, Mataji, for your association in the call. Really missed you. Please take over the call. Today, Mataji is talking in Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Antya Lila, chapter 10, verse number 101 onwards. Mataji, please take over the call, Mataji. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Savitri Mataji, we cannot hear you.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Now, are you hearing me?
Yes, Mataji. Yes, please take over the call. Mataji.
Now
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, this is Savitri Devi Dasi. Please accept my humble obeisances. All goes to Srila Prabhupada. All goes to all the Vaishnavas. Thank you for giving this opportunity. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Caitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vande Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatham Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Shri Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhan Vitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Shri Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Shri Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Suti Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhayeva cha patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo namo Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Hare Krishna. Thank you everyone for joining us. Chapter 10, Antya Lila. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu accepts prasadam from his devotees. And the
Krishna Mataji, before you start, because you will be speaking, so I want to share the verses. May I request the rights so that I can share the verses? Vinita Gandharvika Mataji or Preeti Vilasini Mataji?
Sorry, Mataji, I will give.
Yeah. Yes, Savitri Mataji.
Okay. Yes, this chapter is beautiful, and I saw the picture also very beautiful, appropriate. Govinda Das, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's personal servant, is giving the prasadam, means in the eatables, beautiful preparations from the devotees of Bengal, and Mahaprabhu was relishing. Also, local devotees also brought so many bhogas. Bhoga means the paraphernalia for enjoyment. Bhokta is Bhagavan, Krishna is Bhokta. Bhoga, for the pleasure of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And this is so wonderful, Lila. So, yes, today's verse is 101. Bhakto guno prakashite prabhu varorungi ei shabo prakashite koila ei bhungi. The Lord is very interested in manifesting the exalted qualities of his devotees. And that is why he engineered this incident. Means we heard about that Govinda Prabhu to give the message to Lord Krishna, Gauranga, for his service. He crossed the body of Govinda Prabhu. He crossed the body of Mahaprabhu, to go inside, because Mahaprabhu was lying down on the floor taking rest, and it was almost across the door, so he could not enter into the room. But then there was no other way to render this service other than jumping over, means crossing over the body of Mahaprabhu. He entered the room and rendered the service. But while finishing the service, when Mahaprabhu fell asleep, he could not come out to take his prasadam. He sat there. After some time, Mahaprabhu woke up and said, "Why are you still here?" I said, "I cannot go outside because you were lying. I did not want you to be disturbed." And Mahaprabhu said, "You came inside the way that you came inside, you go outside also the same way." And the beautiful point that Govinda said, it was so beautiful. Means that in the 99 we heard it, right? That the way, there was no way to go. How could he leave? When he thought of crossing over the Lord's body, he considered it a great offense. And means he did not want to do any offense for his own self. That was the 96. That I would not mind committing hundreds of thousands of offenses for the service of the Lord. But I greatly fear committing even a glimpse of an offense for my own self. So Mahaprabhu wanted to manifest the beautiful, fine qualities of the devotees, because the soul is a devotee of Krishna, and we must pray to Lord that please may all those qualities of devotee be manifest by your mercy. On our own, it is very difficult. Why? The ego will come. Oh, I'm such a big servant. I'm such a pure servant of Lord. The true humility would not come. Very difficult. If we think I'm the doer, it's immediately a difficult task I can do by myself. That's why devotees association is so important. From exalted devotees, we learn the true nature of a devotee, how humble a devotee should be. Trinadapi, Sunichena, Tararopi, Sahishnuna. Amanina manudenu kirtamiya sadahari. The soul is a devotee, and the soul has all good qualities of a devotee. When we give ourselves into the association of the devotees, then by their mercy, Vancha Kalpataru Bhyascha. They are Vancha Kalpataru, they are the desired trees. Kripa Sindhu, they are the ocean of mercy. Patitanam Pavanebho, by their association, the fallen soul becomes purified. Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namo. This is the definition of a Vaishnava actually. Vaishnavas are empowered personalities. What is the empowerment? The mercy of the Supreme Lord, Gaura Hari. Gaura, Gaura, Gaura Hari. Gaura, Gaura, Gaura Hari. See the Gaura's mercy and love here, affection is so intense. Lord is very interested. We may not be so much interested in Gauranga's mercy or Gaura. Lord is very interested. Actually, devotees are also interested in Gauranga, in Gauranga's mercy, in manifesting the exalted qualities. Their exalted means divine qualities. In time, these qualities manifest. Therefore, we, especially with the devotees, we should be very, very careful not to commit any offense or see anyone is lesser than me. It's a matter of time to become the object of mercy of Krishna or Mahaprabhu. We do not know how, when these qualities will manifest. Definitely will manifest because we are in the process. So Mahaprabhu engineered, means tested Govinda. And for us too, for me, I fail actually. Mahaprabhu tests us too, because we are all parts and parcel of Mahaprabhu. He tests us, he examines us, how much we love him, how much we really realize our relationship with Mahaprabhu or Krishna. Me, I fail. That's why devotees are my only hope. And the discussion with the, in the assembly of Vaishnavas, very potent, very potent. So we are doing that. This bhakti sangha is so potent, powerful. Many devotees told me this sangha is so wonderful. By this association with this sangha and hearing the classes, I feel so much elevated and purified. Indeed, all of you are so wonderful devotees. The speakers are so exalted devotees. I'm not talking about me. I know my faults very well. And this is just manifestation of Mahaprabhu's mercy. Just we should remain in that association. Now going to the next. Shankhepe kohilu ei porimunda nrityo adapiho gai jaha chaitanero bhritto. Thus I have briefly described Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's dancing in the hall of the Jagannath temple the servants of the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, servants of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu sing about this dancing even now. Means the Lila is still going on. Mahaprabhu's Leelas are eternal Leelas, Nitya Leela. So now it's a different section, or, Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami trying that we should remember Krishna Chaitanya Leela again and again, Mahaprabhu Leela again and again. Thus, we can make our relationship with Mahaprabhu very strong. Each and every verse is taking us to that Leela and giving us the facility to entering into the Leela. How? By entering our consciousness into it. That is the real entrance, means entry. We can go to Vrindavan, Mayapur Dham, or Jagannath Puri Dham by plane, train, bus, by spending money. Yeah, we may go to those dhamas, but entering is a different altogether. Entering means let the consciousness enter, let the emotion, devotion enter into that Leela. As this also very beautiful, and that is there in the 68, right? Verse number 68, that description is there. The song, the 2 lines only. Yes, Jagamohana Parimunda Jau. Oh, Jagamohana Parimunda Jau. I do not know the melody, but whenever I read this line, I love to sing it, just because Mahaprabhu loved to hear it. The meaning also very beautiful. Let my head fall at the feet of Jagannath in the Kirtan hall known as Jagamohana. When we read that portion again, we enter into that mood, or we enter into that Leela. Mahaprabhu said beautifully in 69 that simply because of this line, Ms. Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is taking us to that Leela. Simply because of this line, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was dancing in greatly ecstatic love. People all around him floated in the water of his tears. So beautiful, means this is our Bhava Bhakti. Bhava Bhakti means Bhakti, Bhava Bhakti, Prema Bhakti. Bhava Bhakti means when the body, mind, and heart are completely aligned in devotion to Krishna. Bhava. The heart is loving Krishna. That love goes everywhere, spread. The mind means here consciousness, and the body. The body also becomes saturated with the love for Mahaprabhu, Krishna, Bhava Bhakti. All the pore of the body, the hair pore, we have hair all over the body. Open up. Especially it happens when Kirtan is going on, right? We just don't hear through the ears. We feel as if all the pore of the body have opened up. And the sound is entering. What happens then? Then you dance. Then you dance. The party is also now pervaded by the sound vibration, mind, heart. Every cell is pervaded by the sound vibration, Krishna. Here we see Mahaprabhu's bhava, Nitya. Mahaprabhu, by these two lines has so much rasa that Mahaprabhu was relation. This Parimin Munda Jao means let my head fall at the lotus feet of Krishna. Means the Munda means the head. Pari, let it fall at the lotus feet of Jagannath. Jagannath's another name also Jagamohana. Like Krishna is Manamohana, who enchants the mind. Jagamohana means who enchants the whole universe. He is Jagannath. Also the hall of the temple inside is also known as Jagamohana. So it's true. The devotees love to enter into that ecstatic mood. How? By let the consciousness flow into that Lila. Very elevated devotees are doing that. We'll come into that point a little bit because it is coming. I love that Lila that we are entering into that section where Mahaprabhu accepting the prasad from the devotees. Each and every Lila has a purpose for us. It's not that I'm reading, it's done. Yes, we have heard it before, it's done. No, take the rasa. Because all the Leelas are full of rasa. That rasa is the life, rasa vaisaha. Krishna is rasa vaisaha. Gauranga is rasa vaisaha. Gauranga is rasa raj, mahabhav, dui akrup. Very special form of absolute truth. Krishna is known as Akhila Rasamrita Murti. All the pastimes of Krishna is nothing but full of rasa, ananda. And Radharani, Mahabhav Swarupini, Radha Thakurani. When Krishna and Radharani became one in one form, that is Gauranga. So Gauranga Mahaprabhu is combined form of Rasaraj Govinda and Mahabhav Radharani. So his Leelas will produce the bhava. Means the consciousness will be saturated with love. Rasa and bhava together, and bhava, rasa together. Each and every Leela has full of rasa. Now, what is that? Now third, 103. Mato Mahaprabhu Loya nijo gano Gondija grihero koila Shalono Marjono, accompanied by his personal associate Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu washed and swept the Gundicha temple, cleansing it as usual. Means every year he would do it, because 24 years he spent as a sannyasi outside of Navadvip, right? And in within 24 years, he spent 6 years by preaching, means 6 years in preaching. Preaching means preaching the Harinam Sankirtana and empowering everyone with the devotion to Krishna, Radha Krishna. This is the point. Gauranga Mahaprabhu empowers us or gives us the access to enter into Radha Krishna Lila. After chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, what we experience, Gaura is Radha Krishna combined form. So we are following Radha Krishna in the form of Gauranga. And where Radha Krishna they live in Vrindavan. So you're following Gaura, and you reach Vrindavan. Gaura, 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 Gaura. Gaura, 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 He. Gaura, 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 Gaura. Gaura, 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 He. Krishna, 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 Krishna. Krishna, 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 He. Krishna, 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 Krishna. Krishna, 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 He. When you follow Gauranga Mahaprabhu, we are following Radha Krishna directly. So here, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is speaking that every year, Mahaprabhu, out of 24 years of Sannyas Leela, 12 years he stayed in Gambhira, I think. If I'm not 6 years in Gambhira, I know. But 12 years, in Jagannath Puri. His headquarters was Jagannath Puri. Also, he traveled all over India, but his headquarters was, Jagannath Puri. So most of the time he spent there. And every year he would perform the same Leela, cleansing Leela, Gundicha temple. This also very wonderful Leela to meditate, contemplate. Many devotees, they choose one place or Leela to live in that place mentally. Like many people live in their mind in Vrindavan or in Jagannath Puri or in Navadvip Dham. Just like many devotees of Lord Ramachandra, they live on the bank of Saryu Nadi, river of Saryu, and they live by making a hut, and they live in that Leela where Lord Ramachandra had gone to the forest for 14 years. And Lord Ramachandra and Mother Sita and Lakshmana, they lived in a hut in the forest, and they ate only simple fruits, roots. But Mother Sita also used to cook. Whatever Lakshman would gather from the forest, he would bring that to Mother Sita, and Mother Sita would cook and offer to Ram, and then would take the prasadam. So in that mood they live in the, by the bank of river. It's not possible for everyone to go to the Saryu or Navadvip, live for living, or Vrindavan or Jagannath Puri. But in the mind, means in the consciousness, means to live in a holy place and enter in one Lila as if I am there with the Lord. So in Jagannath Puri also, Vaishnavas are like that. They don't live in the material world. They live in the spiritual world. They adopt that mood, any Lila's mood, enter into that mood. So many devotees, you also live in Jagannath Puri, means live in Nilachal Dham or Gundicha Dham, and then Sundarachal Dham. Gundicha temple is within the Sundarachal Dham, and Jagannath temple is within the Nilachal Dham. Gundicha is the Vrindavan, right? Sundarachal is Vrindavan, right? Sorry, Gundicha temple where Mahaprabhu, after coming out of the temple of Jagannath Puri, traveled 2 miles, that is called Ratha Yatra, and then reach that Gundicha temple, and that Sundarachal is known as Vrindavan. In their mind they live and they perform their service there, like Nam Jap, everything, offering bhoga, cleansing, offering bhoga. And Mahaprabhu did so much beautiful. Lila, we heard it, right? Gundicha, Marjana, then taking, then Jalakeli, Narendra Sarovar, right? Water pastime, then Van Bhojan, and big feast. So in that way, we can enter into Lila. And the bhajan will be very beautiful, very rasa purna. When we do our bhajana by attaching ourselves into any Lila and then perform our daily devotional activities, it becomes more full of rasa, joy. Otherwise, it becomes very mechanical. Okay, this is done, that is done, that is done. Now Bhojan Lila is coming. Very beautiful, that Bhojan Lila. Bhojan Lila, Mahaprabhu enjoyed a lot, and devotees also. It's not just making the plate ready and putting, properly in front of the deities and chanting mantra and coming outside. Yes, we should do what is our vidhi, the rules, but the consciousness would be so much absorbed into that Bhoga Arati Lila, Bhakti Vinod Thakur, very beautifully wrote, right? Bhoga Arati. Very meaningful actually. Because Mahaprabhu performed that Lila, and in Vrindavan Lila, Krishna also performed that Lila, Bhojan Lila. Krishna and his cowherd both friends would enjoy Bhojan Lila on the bank of Yamuna. Also on the bank of Sri Radha Kunda, Krishna with the gopis, Bhojan Lila. Also in Jashoda Mata's house, Krishna with his friends, Lila. Gauranga Mahaprabhu also did that, Shochi Mata's house, Srivas Thakur's house. Also, Jagannath Puri with the devotees, and Advaita Acharya Prabhu's house, right? So those things are coming. So Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami mercifully again reminding us about those Leelas. Now 104, the 104. Purvavat Koila Prabhu Kirtana Nartana, Purvavat Totai Koila Bunna Bhojana. The Lord danced and chanted and then enjoyed a picnic in the garden, as he had done before, means every year, with his devotees. Devotees are never separated from Mahaprabhu. Mahaprabhu also never separated from devotees. That's why we chant Panchatattva mantra. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Binda Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Binda Nitai Gauranga Nitai Gauranga Nitai Gauranga Guru Hari. So like every year after Gundicha Marjan, Mahaprabhu with the devotees would chant, dance and enjoy the bhoga. Alone he never loved, he likes to eat along with everyone. So when you offer the bhoga at the altar, we should also meditate that Mahaprabhu was never alone. Panchatattva was there, sitting in a line. Also our Guru Vargas are there, beginning with our own Guru. And Mahaprabhu's parents also there, Panchatattva's parents also there. Guru Vargas there, Goswami Varga there, all the way Mahaprabhu. As well as Bhakti Vinod says, Krishna in Jashoda Mata's house, Krishna with his covered boyfriend, sitting in a line. Gopis in the kitchen, Radharani cooked, and the bhogas are being served. My mother Yashoda, like also giving. So meditation is very wonderful because meditation gives you that rasa. So here he danced, means after Gundicha Marjan, Mahaprabhu there means Kirtan took place and enjoying prasadam. So again, those pastimes give us the access to enter into the Lila. Any Lila, if you go on meditating, that means whole day we can very joyfully pass. Although we are here, taking care of the family, taking care of everything, by realizing that Krishna and Krishnas, nothing else. There's no third thing in the reality. Reality is one, actually Krishna. Krishna and Krishnas, either Krishna's expansions, Krishna's incarnations, or Krishna's energies, or Krishna's internal energy, external energy, Maya Shakti, Jiva Shakti, or Krishna, devotees, Krishnas, Krishna and Krishnas. These 2 points. Nothing third is there. Having that consciousness all the time. Krishna, and we are all Krishnas. Everything is Krishnas. The world is Krishna's. My family is Krishna's family. All the paraphernalia we see, the world is nothing but the paraphernalia for Krishna's service because it is Krishna's, the whole cosmos. Vaishnavas are not just dry meditator or gyanis. They are yukta vairagi. They engage everything in the service of the Lord because this is the reality. Krishna, Krishnas. We never say, I don't eat. We never say, I don't sleep. Like Kathor Tapasya are done by so many different, how can I say, yes, groups, sannyasis. But Mahaprabhu's Lila is so full of rasa, dancing, chanting, eating, profusely, abundantly. Not such one or two items, hundreds of items. So every year he would do, means everything would be accompanied by feast. And our Srila Prabhupada brought that same pure spiritual culture to the West. This is spiritual culture. Mahaprabhu brought the spiritual culture into this world. Chanting, dancing, feasting means always live joyfully in the association of Mahaprabhu. Panchatattva are always there with us like that. Where either they are eating or doing kirtan, nam japa, everything. And before chanting, we always remember Panchatattva. Means they are with us and begging their mercy. What is the mercy we need? That I can chant with you. Allow me to stay with you. In their association where we chant, this chanting becomes pure. Often less. See the mind again entering into Lila. So it is not possible to commit aparadha or contamination in the mind would be gone because your mind is now in the Lila with the Panchatattva, chanting, dancing. Even in the Gundicha Lila, right? Any Lila, when we chant, first set the mind, that my mind and I am within the association of Panchatattva. They are chanting, I am chanting. Each and every name I will hear with utmost attention. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Chanting, dancing. Now, again, the 105. You are now reading the 105. Purvabat ratho age korila nartano, hera panchami jatra koila darsano. As previously he danced in front of Jagannath cart previously he danced in front of the Jagannath car and observed the festival of Hera Panchami. Hera Panchami is a very special pastimes in Gundicha because Jagannath had gone to Sundarachal and he has not returned yet. Jagannath, Baladev and Subhadra, they stay in that Gundicha temple for 7 days. After that, return Ratha Yatra takes place. Jagannath Ji comes back to his original temple. Many years ago, we had this opportunity to go to Jagannath Puri at that time. When we reached there, we saw 3 big carts in front of Jagannath temple, Jagannath Puri. And in the three car, Jagannath, Baladev, Subhadra were there. At that time, anyone can go up in the cart, climb the cart, and touch Jagannath Ji. And we did. Climbed the cart and paid obeisances to Jagannath and touched the Jagannath aloud. So Hera Panchami is a special pastime. Mother Lakshmi becomes very angry with all her servants. She goes there, and the Jagannath's servants also are there. They have a fight because Lakshmi Devi want, Jagannath to take. So this is Hera Panchami. Hera means seeing. And 5th Panchami Tithi. It's good. We heard it. It's very, unique kind of pastime. A fight between the servants of Jagannath and the maid servants or associates of Lakshmi Devi. But at the end, they become again friends, and Mahaprabhu, means Jagannath, agrees to go back, and then they come back again. So this way, every year there was pastimes, and Mahaprabhu always attended those festivals. That's why Jagannath Puri is very dear place, or most important place of Mahaprabhu's sannyas Lila. And Bengalis, they love to go to Jagannath Puri. From Bengal to Jagannath is not that far. That's why Sachi Mata said, my son, you have taken sannyas order of life. Please don't go to Vrindavan. Vrindavan is very far. It takes 3 months to reach Vrindavan on foot, walking, and the path is also very troublesome. So many rivers you have to cross, mountains, and everywhere forests. Vrindavan is full of forests. But you please go to Jagannath Puri. Stay there. From Bengal to Jagannath Puri, the distance is not that far. Only it takes 15 days walking time from Bengal to Jagannath Puri. So you go there and stay. Because Mahaprabhu stayed there, so still the Bengalis, still these devotees, Gaudiya Vaishnavas, they love to go to Jagannath Puri during Rath Yatra time. During Rath Yatra time, devotees come from all over the world. A very special, place is there for the Bengalis. Devotees, Bengali devotees. Rath Yatra. So this way we can remember all those pastimes. Especially during the Rath Yatra time, we can remember. So this is the way to enter into the Leelas. 106. Chari masho varshayo rohila shabo bhaktagano janmashtami adi jatra koila darushano. All the devotees from Bengal stayed in Jagannath Puri for the 4 months of the rainy season and observed many other ceremonies, such as the anniversary of Lord Krishna's birth. Means almost every day there was some celebration with Mahaprabhu. Haridas Thakur used to live there. Mahaprabhu, Haridas Thakur, all the exalted devotees, so many names we know. Kashi Mishra. And now who? Sarvabhaum Bhattacharya also was there, right? He became pure Vaishnava. He became pure follower of Mahaprabhu. All the names are always there. And Panchatattva, Gadadhar Pandit, Shivas Thakur, Nityananda Prabhu, Advaita Acharya Prabhu, all they were together. Finally, we know Mahaprabhu requested Nityananda Prabhu to go back to Bengal and preach Sankirtan Yagna. Bengalis are very special, favored, fortunate people, although they do not know it. Haridas Thakur and Nityananda Prabhu would go every door, knock on the door, and would beg one word from them. He would request very humbly, Bolo Krishna, Bhajo Krishna, Karo Krishna Shikha. If we just do 3 things, we'll be the most suitable objects of the mercy of Nityananda Prabhu. He will give us the prema. If we say Krishna, chanting Krishna's name, Bhaja Krishna, worship Krishna, and Krishna Shikha, Gita Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita, all are Krishna Shikha. 3 things, and all of you are doing so wonderfully. Definitely, Nityananda Prabhu's mercy is there. We don't have to worry about, shall I go to the spiritual world? Shall I go to, enter into the Leelas? Nothing. We don't have to worry. Right now, we have to just follow. Everything will be taken care of. That is Nityananda Prabhu's Leela, determination. And behind that determination is Mahaprabhu's determination. Until that time, until Chaitanya Prabhu returned to Bengal, even he, after returning, he would come for Ratha Yatra time to Jagannath Puri. So Panchatattva was always there. All the exalted devotees also were there. So 4 months, especially the Bengal Vaishnavas, means Bengali Vaishnavas means Gaudiya Vaishnavas. Actually, anyone is a Gaudiya Vaishnava is a Bengali Vaishnava. Prabhupada wrote in one place, it's not limited to a special people who are speaking Bengali language or from Bengal, land of Bengal. Whoever is following Mahaprabhu's culture, he is a Bengali person. What is Mahaprabhu's culture? Wearing dhoti, kurta, putting on tilak, kanthimala, and chanting Hare Krishna, Mahamantra, dancing and feasting. This the spiritual culture came from the spiritual world. Shri Krishna Caitanya Prabhu Jibe Daya Kori Shaparshado Shio Dhamo Shaho Abotori. Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Shri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Jibe Daya Kori. By his mercy, he appeared Swaparshado Shiodhamo, with all his associates and Dhama, his own abode, Shaho Avatori. He descended with his Dham, his abode, his associates, everyone together. So we belong to Mahaprabhu's Jati, Krishna Jati or Mahaprabhu Jati, because one beautiful bhajan is also there. I think Lochan Das Thakur wrote. Gaura Jati. My Jati is Gaura Jati, Mahaprabhu's Jati, because I belong to Mahaprabhu. I live in Navadvip Dham. So I'm also a Gaudiya Vaishnava or Bengal Vaishnava. This is not limited to this mundane Bengali people. It's a spiritual understanding. But anyway, also devotees, they are all appeared in Bengal. That is also there at Mahaprabhu's time. His associates appeared in Bengal and they used to come every year to observe the Rath Yatra, also get the association of Mahaprabhu for 4 months. And within these 4 months, Krishna Janmashtami also takes place. So Mahaprabhu also observed the Krishna Janmashtami. So it's so wonderful to realize that many ceremonies, almost every day was the festival. 3 things: chanting, dancing, feasting, within the association of devotees and Mahaprabhu, Panchatattva. Krishna Katha is Krishna. When we speak about Krishna, the Krishna is also there. That is also Krishna. Absolute truth means his name is Krishna, his quality is Krishna, his Katha, pastime is also Krishna, his Dham is also Krishna, like that. Always Krishna is there in Krishna Katha. And devotees. This is spiritual culture, and spiritual in this material world, spiritual culture is not very much observed. Means that's why it means not followed. See, the material culture is culture of sense gratification. The spiritual culture is so simple, but where everywhere is not going on. Mahaprabhu's special associates are spreading this culture, this Krishna culture or Mahaprabhu culture. Chant Hare Krishna, dance, and have prasadam. How? By offering pure ingredients, cook with love and offer with love. When Krishna, Mahaprabhu enjoys, then you take that prasadam. This is most simple but most profound, pure spiritual culture. Wearing sari is spiritual culture. Wearing dhoti is spiritual culture. You feel oneness with the spiritual world. In the Vrindavan, we know Krishna used to wear dhotis, kurtas. Ladies, either gopi dress or sari. When you wear sari, you feel that you belong to the spiritual world, because that is the same culture we're following. When you wear dhoti, kurta, we may think, without it, it's okay. It is okay, but when we wear, you feel special connection, because it's spiritual culture. Honoring prasadam is spiritual culture. Chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, Krishna's name, is spiritual culture. So you enter into spiritual culture right over here. So we don't have to experience any cultural shock when we'll go back to the spiritual world. Same culture would be there, chanting, dancing, feasting. Only Ananda Kanda, Nityananda, Nityananda, Ananda Kanda, Nityananda, Nityananda, Ananda Kanda, Gauranga, Nityananda, Ananda Kanda, Gauranga, Nityananda, Ananda, Ananda, Gauranga, Nityananda, Ananda Kanda, Gauranga, Nityananda, Ananda, Ananda, only Ananda. Right now we are following that, means we are entering into that realm, into that culture. Which culture is in the spiritual world? That same culture we are following here. So it is not different. This is our immense good fortune that we do not understand right now. We do not understand right now. Means we are not able to fully grasp the reality of the spiritual culture. It has been descended with Mahaprabhu. Shaparshado Shiyodhama, everything. He showed the culture. When Krishna appeared, he also brought the culture, but we have forgotten that. So 500 years ago, again, it was revived, gave us the same culture. When a fortunate soul realizes, he or she just long, yearn to enter into Nitya Lila in that same culture. This Sankirtan culture. Sankirtan culture means chanting, dancing, feasting. And it is also going on in the spiritual Golok Dham, in the Shetva area. The Gauranga Mahaprabhu's associates, they have both access, entering into Krishna Lila, entering into Gaura Lila. It's very special. So that's why Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami repeating, and I don't have any time today. Otherwise, I would have started that Bhojan Lila. And Bhojan Lila starts, 107, from 107. Very wonderful. Lila to contemplate, meditate, the same way we do Bhogarati Lila, that Bhakti Vinod Thakur said, although we offer some items to Lord every day as a lunch or dinner or breakfast, but we can meditate. If we read the Bhoga Arati Lila, means the song Bhakti Vinod Thakur said, or this Lila, what we are going to hear again, here from next class, we can meditate how Mahaprabhu accepts our offerings when offerings are made with so much love and meditation. And this is spiritual culture again, nothing mechanical. Spiritual culture means with love and affection and with so much bhava. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you very much. Thank you for your kindness upon me. Thank you for giving me the opportunity. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, thank you, Mataji. Thank you so much. You are thanking us, but instead we should thank you. We're grateful to you for coming on the call, for giving your wonderful association. For all these months we were missing your association, Mataji. And you have gone through a lot, but Krishna has always, been on your side, always you and Prabhuji's side. So, but thank you, Mataji. Thank you so much.
Yeah, that's true. I also missed your association, all of your association. Yeah, it was a testing time. My husband was so wonderful devotee. I miss him. I miss his association. You know, Mahaprabhu asked this question to Ramananda. What is the ultimate sorrow? Ultimate sorrow is separation from devotee. And believe me, it is very intense pain to be separated from a devotee. He was not just my husband, he was my guru also. He was my friend. He was a Vaishnava. That association I felt.
Yeah.
But ultimately, Krishna's will is always winner. Krishna took him in his association. My husband left his body within the chanting, during the chanting of the devotees. I was holding his hand and I was chanting. I know Mahaprabhu is very merciful. Mahaprabhu has accepted him and of course engaged him in service somewhere. And I'm begging all the devotees, please bless me so I can also follow his footpath, follow his footsteps and all of your footsteps and chant Hare Krishna. This is the prayer only.
Thank you, Mataji. Mataji, we all need to follow your footsteps. The test was for you, and you all have passed with the flying colors. Our blessings will always be there for lifelong. But definitely, Prabhu was not able to bear the separation of Gurudev. So, you just follow this path.
Yeah.
A very good example and glorious departure too. In Uttarayan, as Krishna says, one who leaves his body in Uttarayan will never come back. So definitely Prabhu has perfected his life and made a good example for all of us also to follow his footsteps. And now you are there to guide us, to instruct us, to help us also so that we can progress in our spiritual path. So thank you so much, Mataji, for giving this wonderful class, explaining so beautifully about the importance of bhojana and importance of dance, importance of association of devotees, and coming on the call and it's like setting the life example of giving your association. So thank you so much, Mataji. Really grateful to you.
Thank you, Kirtida. I'm full of force, simply full of force. Thank you.
I request if other devotees have any questions, any comments, they can please.
Hare Krishna Mataji, thank you very much. Very nicely you explained about the Bhojan Lila and how it's not just sitting down taking prasadam like that, but it's so many pastimes going on between the devotees as well, like Advaita Acharya and Nityananda Prabhu, and it's very wonderful. Thank you,
Yes.
Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, although we have not started. But yes, beautiful, beautiful leaders we can meditate on. Yes.
Hare
Thank you.
Krishna Mataji, Dandat Pranam. All glories to Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. Thank you so much, Mataji, for beautiful class. Thank you, Mataji, for your association. We are very happy to again hear your class, Mataji.
Thank you. Thank you for your association. Thank you.
Thank you, Mataji. I'm always missing your class in the afternoon that we used to do, but I'm listening all your record class. And today's class was very good, wonderful, very nice class. We learned a lot, and I always like to have your association. Thank you so much, Mataji. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Radhika Mataji. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Danvat Pranam. It's such a so blissful to hear your class again after so long. Your classes are very simple to understand, but at the same time, you put in a lot of profound truths in them. So, and it's just so natural the way you give the class. So, thank you so much for your kind association, and I pray to their lordships to give you a lot of strength, Mataji. Like you rightly
Yes.
said.
Yes, I need everyone's blessings and prayer. Yes.
Thank you, Mataji. Please give us your association more often.
Thank you. I'm at your service. Thank you so much. Anything?
Hare Krishna Mataji. All glories to Guru Maharaj, all glories to Prabhupada. Thank you for a wonderful class. So sweet, so nectarian. When you were explaining how, one question, when you were explaining how we enter the Lila by meditating on it, can you give more, maybe more insight on how do we really imbibe that mood? How is it? Obviously, we read it, but you know, you are advanced devotee, so you can feel it just by hearing the song. You can just by hearing the songs or reading the story or even remembering the story, you've immediately come into that bhav. But for us who are still neophyte, how do we imbibe that mood? What is the process for us? Thank you, Mataji.
Yeah. Same thing means you think that you are there. That's it. Means yes, you are right. We are all neophyte. That is our goal in bhava. Bhava means in your consciousness or in your mind, you are there. Physically, you are not there. Actually, the whole thing is not physical thing. Physical, how can I say, transference. It's consciousness transference. Means like that. Physically, we move from one place to another, right? This is one kind of changing place. Another way, mentally or consciously. Because Krishna consciousness is all about consciousness. Bhagavad Chitta, Krishna Chitta, Madgata, Madchitta, Prana, Bodhayantam, Parashparam, Kathayantascham Mam Nityam, Tushyanti cha, Ramanti cha. Madchitta, Madgata, Prana. How it happened? It happened by Mahaprabhu's mercy. Means we are not there yet. That transition, we are not there yet. We know that we have to be there, right? For example, we are in the material world, goal is the spiritual world. We have to move from this place to that place. It's that physical journey. It's a journey of consciousness, isn't it? If we understand what goes there, consciousness goes there. Consciousness leaves the body. means the soul, isn't it? Isn't soul means consciousness. We know this is the transition, right? From material side to spiritual side. Our identity is in the spiritual side, not in the material side. We are not matter, we are spirit, soul. So if we understand this point and hear the Lila, it will be wonderful, most wonderful. What kind of goal I have? I have goal spiritual life. I have the goal of spiritual life, right? Also living in this material world, it doesn't matter. What life I want spiritual life. Spiritual life easily available by following Panchatattva, holy name, Navadip Dham. The more we hear, more we become eager to associate with Krishna, associate with Mahaprabhu. That eagerness takes us to the next level. As you were saying, this much I can share because we are not yet there. But if we have the eagerness to become a changed person, that I want, this is my goal, I want the spiritual life, not the material life. How? With the consciousness. Physically, we don't have to move. If it is possible to move, move. If you have the facility to live in the Vrindavan Dham or Mayapur Dham or any holy place, Jagannath Puri or any holy place, India is the full of holy places. Also in Western worlds, holy places are all the temples, you know, ISKCON temples in Mese or temples are the holy places. If it is possible, move. Otherwise, make your home a holy place. Means consciousness is the point and eagerness is the point. Gradually, by seeing our eagerness, Mahaprabhu accepts us. On our own, it is not possible. We should not think that way. On our way, our own, we can achieve. But when we push ourselves into the association of the devotees, that is required from us. Pushing, recognizing what are the devotees or Vaishnavas. They are Bancha Kalpataru, they fulfill all your spiritual desires because they are all spiritual desire tree. Kalpataru, Vaishnavas are Kalpataru. They fulfill our spiritual desires. They are empowered personalities. So we should push ourselves into that association where they do Krishna Katha. They are immersed in Krishna Katha. They are immersed in chanting. That in the beginning I said with grateful heart, this bhakti sangha is so wonderful sangha. It's very wonderful sangha. We have all facilities. They are Bancha Kalpataru. They are Kripa Sindhu. A little push from ourselves is required to push into that association where the devotees are immersed in hearing Krishna Katha, speaking Krishna Katha, and relishing Krishna Katha, Mat Chitta, Mad Gata Prana. They are all Krishna Gata Chitta. They are Krishna Chitta, means Krishna conscious. Mat Chitta, Krishna Chitta, Mad Gata Prana. Their pran has entered into Krishna's thought. They know nothing but Krishna. Machitta Madgata Prana, Bodhayantam Parashparam, they give us this understanding. Kathayantam Mam Nityam, they are always immersed or busy in Krishna Katha. Tushyantim cha ramanti cha. Why? They have entered into the spiritual realm. It is not the transference of the body, it is the transference of the consciousness. Okay? Hope I am, I tried that.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Koti Koti Dandavat Pranam. Long time hear your voice, Mataji. So simple way and so nicely from bottom of the heart you explain Sri Chaitanya Charanamrita. Ananta Koti Dandavat Pranam. Srila Prabhupada, Srila Gurudev ki jai, Shri Radha Gopinath ki jai. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Brinda Mataji. Thank you, all the Matajis. And Phanishwari Lakshmi Mataji. Everyone, please.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Danvat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to God Maharajas, and wonderful class Mataji. Like at the end when you were saying, I remembered the same words which were said by Manjoli Mataji when once we were cooking in the kitchen. I think it was a Sunday feast or something, and then she said the same thing like. This is the reason that we are serving the Lord, because the Lord wants us to get into the habit that when we reach his abode, it shouldn't be a new thing for us, and so that whatever we are doing over here, we can continue the same thing in his abode. And that is the reason we are doing these services. And when you said this point, it was really like so, just remembering those days again. Thank you, Mataji. So many wonderful and beautiful points you mentioned about service and how the way devotees should be. Thank you, Mataji, and it's really a pleasure to hear you again. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, Mahaprabhu brought the spiritual culture. We never knew anything. Did we know? No. Who has arranged everything? Mahaprabhu. With his personal associates, We never invited Srila Prabhupada in our lives. Mahaprabhu sent him, and he came here. He gave us the cultures. Mahaprabhu gave us the culture. Radha Krishna, when Radha Krishna appeared, Vrindavan also brought the culture, same culture. When that culture was almost vanished, again that culture came. And it's so wonderful, just reminding ourselves with one another, do it, do it. In Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna asked the question in 2nd chapter, right, to Krishna, "Oh Krishna, how a self-realized soul behave, walk, sit, speak. How can I recognize a self-realized person? Sthita prajna ka bhasha. How they speak." You remember in Bhagavad Gita, last portion, I think 54, maybe, if I'm not wrong. Then Krishna started to speak. Then Krishna started to speak. So Mahaprabhu brought that culture. How a devotee speaks. A devotee speaks about Krishna. What they wear, the spiritual dresses they wear. Still in India, South Indian people, they still have that culture. Especially the girls, in a very aristocratic family or, good families, they still follow that culture, wearing nice sari, silk sari, and flower gardens on the hair, and nice ornaments. They look like demigoddess, the women. You won't feel any bad thoughts, in your mind when you see a nicely, beautifully, dressed, spiritual dressed saris and jewelries and bindi and flower. The hair is never loose. Hair is nicely tied and nice, flower thing is there. Very pure, nice looking. Because in India, that was the culture. Not the jeans, pants, means dress. Dress also has so much effect. Food, music, everything. Mhm. An Indian family, they would, do some drawings in front of the door, very auspicious, waking up in the morning, sprinkle cowdung water everywhere. It was culture. And take shower, worship Lord, chant. But now, a very simplified way, Mahaprabhu said, wake up early, start chanting, Nagar Kirtan. Devotees, they they do not like to keep their consciousness in the materialistic environment. They love to keep their consciousness into the association of devotees and Lord, like Sankirtan Yagna. Every day, Mahaprabhu used to do the Sankirtan Yagna. So mentally stay there, go there. See that when how our Srila Prabhupada also remain always immersed in that consciousness, Navadvip consciousness. How? When Srila Prabhupada came first to America, um, he knew because Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur believed in one thing very strongly. Prithivite ache jato nagaradi gram, sarvatra prachar hoibe more now. The Mahaprabhu's name, Hare Krishna Mahamantra, will be heard everywhere because Mahaprabhu said that, Supreme Lord. So it is already there, just it's a matter of time. So one day, before even, the movement started, Srila Prabhupada was sitting on a bench in one park. I think one person was attracted to him. I think Allen Ginsberg, the person, I think so. He happened to be there because he knew about some Hinduism. Actually, he visited India also. He's recognized, he's a sadhu from India. He came to him and sat down and started talking. And then Prabhupada said that everywhere I'm seeing temples, and temples are full of devotees, and kirtan is going on everywhere. Very early time, when there was nothing, he was struggling where to stay in New York. That's it. At that time, nothing had manifested at that time. But I'm seeing everywhere. It's just a matter of time is separating us. Means Prabhupada acted like the matchstick. Just little friction, the fire came out. Fire was the Mahaprabhu's mercy. So Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur encouraged everyone, and Srila Prabhupada took it as his life and soul. And he knew everywhere the temples are there, full of devotees are there, and kirtans are there, prasadam is there. See, that's meditation. Through his meditation, he saw it. Means he was immersed in Krishna Lila, Mahaprabhu Lila. So devotees love to enter into that mode. Actually, the earth right now, this planet, so many problems are going on. They do not see it. They do not live into it. They live in that Mahaprabhu's Lila, where every town and village, the chanting is going on. Temples are there, full of devotees. Every house is the temple of devotee. Every house is a temple of Mahaprabhu. And Nityananda Prabhu is coming to our doors and requesting, chant Hare Krishna, worship Krishna, and understand Krishna's teachings like that. Because that is reality. Srila Prabhupada never took any credit for himself because it was always there. Because his Gurudev also said that. See, there, just be an instrument of his mercy. Be an instrument in his mercy. So any Leela, you can take it and you can become immersed. You can immerse yourself in that spiritual culture. And as you said, Manjulali Mataji, she's right. She's very elevated devotee. That's why she said these things. Beautiful. Beautiful. You will not have any cultural shock there. And you feel good that I'm doing the same thing, but in the spiritual world going on. You feel good. Isn't it? Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Pranama to all Vaishnavi Vaishnavas. You said about saturations of a bhava. I didn't get that quite well. What was that saturations?
Yeah, saturation, I mean, the bhakti. See, we think bhakti also only remains in the consciousness or mind. No. Mind, body, and heart all become saturated with bhakti. That is called bhava. Sattva bhava, we heard, right? As if your whole body hair stand on end, you know. We think we hear, right? How it happens means it's not that we will have the same degree. Means the whole body also becomes saturated with that bhakti.
Actually,
mind,
yeah.
Body, mind, heart becomes aligned, completely aligned with bhava. Means the body is engaged, mind is engaged, heart is engaged in bhakti. That I was saying, I don't know much about more things, just simple thing, what I realized, I share.
Yeah, so it means that all saturation is required first. Then what is the saturation? Means that after that it won't take more absorb. Like if you put salt in a water at some point, if you add salt into it, water will dissolve it, and then at some point the salt won't dissolve. It's called saturation point. So saturation point is not going beyond the limit, unlimited. It should be, the bhakti should be unlimited, not the saturations at any point. But the mind, ball, and body and soul all together, once get saturated, then it will elevated to the platform of bhakti stage, and then it will go up and up and up. Probably, is that right?
No, I was saying that body dances. That was the thing, bhava. Bhava means, at that point you stand and dance. Why? How everybody dances? I mean, because that bhakti, the body also pervades with the bhakti. For example, when you are angry, your body also shows that symptom.
Right, okay.
When you are afraid, your body reacts differently, right? It is the fear pervades the body everywhere.
I see.
Anger, the affection, the love, those emotions, right? Not just staying in one place in your mind, it goes everywhere, right? So that was the point. Means our emotions, the bhakti is so pure and powerful that it affects the whole body. Then body starts dancing. That was the point.
Okay, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, everyone. Hari Bol.
Should we? I have a couple of things, but I don't know if maybe we should end now. Is it too late?
Is it small or big?
I don't know. I'll ask and you can decide.
Okay, in short, I'll try to speak. Please, go ahead.
Yeah, well, one thing was, my question originally was similar to Phaneshwari's, where she was saying, how do we imbibe that mood of, when we're offering food to Krishna, and you were saying that we should place ourselves there, but my obstacle there is it feels a little artificial, like I'm just fantasizing. I would feel like that. That it's not. It's not real. I'm just using my imagination. So I don't
Okay,
know.
hold on. Yeah, Miss Panishwari, what I understand is she asked me, Miss, how to enter into that, any lila.
Yeah,
Saying
yeah.
not that Bhojan Lila has not started. Just I was mentioning a little bit because all the leelas what Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami was mentioning, we can choose one lila or many leelas. You can think that I am also there. That liberty we have. This is called Manasa Seva. It is that liberty is there.
Oh
Mahaprabhu
yeah.
said, this is called spontaneous service or spontaneous, what is called Raganuga Bhakti. Why? Because Mahaprabhu also said to Raghunath Das Goswami, right, that Gramya Katha na kohibe, Gramya Varta na shunibe, bhalo na khaibe, na bhalo na poribe, ব্রজে রাধা কৃষ্ণ সেবা মানসে করিবে অমানি মানদ হইয়া কৃষ্ণ নাম সদা লবে. So these two lines are very important instruction to Raghunath Das Goswami as well as all of us. অমানি মানদ হইয়া কৃষ্ণ নাম সদা লবে ত্রিনাদপি সুনিচেন তারোরপি সহিষ্ণুন অমানিনা মানদেন কীর্তনীয় সদা হরি. And in your mind Broje Radha Krishna Seva Manose Koribe. In your mind, you perform devotional service. Means in your mind means you are there, then you are performing. See that we also heard a story of a poor Brahmana in
Yeah.
Prabhas Tirtha, right? That
Yeah.
he was so poor, he didn't have any external facilities to offer service or do service. But what he did every day, he would take bath in the Godavari River and sat on the bank. And in his mind, he would, enter. Means right now we don't have to fantasize anything. We have the Leelas. But even then, Vaikuntapati Narayan accepted that, isn't it? In his mind, he, arranged a beautiful star-decked, Simhasana, sitting place for Radha Krishna. In his mind, he brought all the holy water from everywhere, bathed them, dressed them, offered their garland, and cooking the food one day. Actually, every day he would cook food. That hot, sweet rice. It is why it is fantasizing if you do not have that understanding of Leela. So Leelas we are hearing, so it is not fantasizing. You attach into that place, that Bhojan Leela, it is coming. There you are there. In your mind you can go, Jack, in my mind I can go to India right away, right now. I can go to that place where
You say it's not fantasizing because
No.
Because
Fantasizing
why?
means imagination. It's not just useless imagination. That is my point. I do not understand much, but I understand this much. Leelas we are hearing, kathayantascha mam nityam tushyanti cha ramanti cha. Krishna said, right? Chatushloki Gita, right? Mad chitta mad gata prana bodhayantam parasparam. Parasparam means the association, isn't it? In the association of devotees, Krishna is speaking, they enlighten each other, right? Who are devotees of Krishna, who are Krishna Chitta, Krishna conscious, and Krishna Gata Prana, who are totally immersed in Krishna. Those devotees, they speak about Krishna and they enjoy life with Krishna, right? So we are hearing Leelas of Mahaprabhu. Any Leela you pick up, and as if you are there, and Mahaprabhu will accept it. Because Because after all, we are all Krishna's associates. After all, we are all Mahaprabhu's associates. Mahaprabhu is our jati. Gauru amar dharma karama, Gauru amar jati. Gauranga is my everything, my dharma, my karma, my jati. Means my jati, same jati we are, and same caste. We are not outsider. We are hearing Gaura Lila. So understand, I am also one of them, because I am also a parshad or associate. And along with them, you are there doing this, As we are going to hear that how Mahaprabhu was accepting prasadam from the devotees. Damayanti and Raghava Pandit, they all year long, they would make, other devotees too, would make so many different things and send to Jagannath Puri for Mahaprabhu's enjoyment. Let me tell you one small thing. It is just, right now I'm just remembering. One time Chandramouli Maharaj came to our house for lunch. I mean, time to time he used to come and stayed with us by his own kindness. One time when he came and I was serving some items for his lunch prasadam. I made some items and serving Maharaj in our home, Chandramouli Maharaj. Then I didn't remember what items I made, but I spoke something that Maharaj, these items are the items of the Raghava Jhalis item that Damayanti and Raghav Pandit and other devotees used to make. Those descriptions are coming in that Raghav Jali, means what items, they would send, So 2-3 items are same that I made today, and please relish this. I just said this thing to Chandramouli Maharaj. Then I saw him as if he has gone that place in his Baba. Oh, really? He praised like everything. I'm so happy that I'm tasting that prasad today. Means in his heart, I saw he was there. Means right now, in my flashback, it is just coming back. For so many years, I have forgotten. Means by just hearing this point, like, coconut laddu I made. Suppose that is one of the items of Raghava Jali. It is coming. So I'm offering a coconut laddu to someone and I'm saying that Mahaprabhu relished this when it was brought from Bengal prepared by the devotees, and he was relishing this much, and Maharaj entered into that bhava. So this is the point, connecting everything with Mahaprabhu, and you enter into that bhava, right? So yes, means it's a culture. It takes time. When we offer food, the Bhogarati we sing. Why? It is not just a song. It's very beautiful. One day we will speak only about the Bhogarati that Bhakti Vinod Thakur wrote. Okay? All right.
Okay. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much, Mataji.
Thank you. Thank you.
Is there any more comment or question? Otherwise, I can end the call.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Mataji, for your question once again. We can pay our obeisances to all the Vaishnava devotees.
कृपा सिंधु पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमो अनंत कोटि वैष्णव की जय जय शिला प्रभुपाद की जय नंदे हरि हरि बोल हरे कृष्ण
Thank you very much, Mataji. Dandavat pranam to all. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Dandavat pranam. Hare Krishna.